Alright guys, we are down to number 15 on this countdown power rankings of worst to first, best codexes, best armies in 40k. And at number 15 I put Sisters of Battle. And I'm probably going to get a little bit of grief on this one, being that I am a player of the Imperium. But with Sisters, the biggest thing for me is that I don't really see a lot of people play Sisters. I know of a couple of people in my town that do play Sisters, and I have not yet gotten to play against them. But, as I said in the intro, and I did it in the Imperial Knight video, I'm doing it here, trying to keep the cost out of the equation. But being that they're resin models, being that they're very expensive, and also the fact that ever since I've been playing 40k, there has always been rumors speculating that GW would come out with plastic Sisters of Battle kit and a new Sisters of Battle Codex. Neither one has yet to happen, though the rumors continue to swirl around. So we'll see if maybe something may happen in the future. May not. But here's what I've noticed. Here's what I've seen out of Sisters. For the most part, you can compare Sisters to Space Marines. The only difference is they've got bolters, they've got heavy bolters, but they really specialize in flame, they specialize in melta. A lot of their vehicles use the Rhino chassis. I think they have Rhinos. They've got their own version of a flame tank. They've got... what is that? I think they have their own version, their own flyer. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But with there not being as many Sisters of Battle players out there, and the fact that they, with them using mainly flame and melta weapons, them kind of being one-dimensional in a way, it feels like they would go down quickly. And in the games I have heard about, seeing, they do tend to go down quickly. Albeit, the same way that Space Marines would go down, but a lot also depends on the opponent, depends on what they're being shot with, depending on whether or not they're going to be able to make their armor save. And, I feel like Sisters should be up higher, just because they are a lot like Space Marines. But they feel like they seem like they're the Space Marines in 6th edition. You got a lot of fancy stuff, but you're dealing with opponents and armies that have even fancier stuff. That no matter what you do, that you try and take advantage of what your army can do, your opponent's army somehow managed to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. And I don't remember, but I think maybe sisters, they do or do not have access to psychics. I can't say that for sure. I would love for somebody to post in the comments below if they do have access to psychics. That would be a big boost for them. But what do they have that would be able to stand up against Necron Wraiths or Eldar jet bikes? The Dark Angels Deathwing Terminators. You know, anything that belongs to Tau. What do they have that would stand up against that? I mean, don't get me wrong, even for Space Marines, it would be difficult to stand up against that. But GW has kind of worked things in that kind of gives Space Marines a little bit more survivability to a degree. Whereas Sisters has become more of a, okay, GW, what have you done for us lately? So the question will be, will Sisters even be supported by GW in future? If we do get to an 8th edition or a 9th edition. And as we continue to see these codex updates. Will there be something that would actually raise the stock of Sisters, that would make people come out and say, yeah, I want to start building a Sisters of Battle army? I mean, aside from the fact that really they're the only army in all of 40k that's all female. Which is unique. And the fluff is kind of interesting. But if you go based on fluff, for me, there's really not much there that would strike me as, oh yeah, I love the fluff, I want to go out and get this, you know, start collecting this army, start playing this army. But what do you guys think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Is there maybe something I've overlooked with Sisters that put up red flags to you guys saying, hey, wait a minute, they've got ABC, so this should put them higher? But really, you know, without access to, you know, AB-13, AB-14 vehicles, puts them in a very tight position, especially when you have so many different armies that have easy ways of dealing with vehicles that are armor value 10, 11, 12, and can deal with your with anti-air. And not to mention that other armies are fast, they're mobile. A lot of armies that really been working on, and people can perfect the hit and run. So what do you all think?